Hello, welcome to this edition of Ritter's Rant. Today we'll be exploring the reason why elections matter. Now, elections are political events, and politics is whatever a citizen wants politics to be. So elections matter to different people in different ways. Some people will participate in an election in the hopes that they better their economic situation. Some people believe in certain, policy options, right to life, free speech. There's 340 million Americans, and I would imagine there's 340 different reasons why people vote and why elections matter to these people. Um, and sometimes it takes a little bit of a reminder of why elections are important to you. As people who watch this video might know, about a year ago, I was visited by the FBI. They came to my home, a large number of them, heavily armed with a search warrant, and they searched my home and they seized a number of electronics. They seized a whole bunch of documents and they took them away. Um, it later turned out that the FBI was acting upon directions of the Department of Justice that had considered me to be a Russian agent, an agent of the Russian government who was working with the Russian government to somehow um, impact the 2024 presidential elections. In short, I was deemed to be a threat against American democracy. Uh, the election took place. One candidate, Donald Trump, won. The other candidate, Kamala Harris, who was the vice president of Joe Biden, the president who had directed the FBI through the Department of Justice to enter my home, they lost. Elections matter. Today, I was visited by the FBI again. Not an army of them, just two FBI agents, and they had a box. In the box were two iPads that they had seized a year ago, several flash drives, an SD card, a telephone, not mine, my father-in-law's. But they returned them. They said they had been reviewed and there's nothing there. They're returning them. And they indicated that there was an active process underway to complete the review of everything else that they had seized. But, this is a good sign. I'm pleased by this. But it was something one of the FBI agents said, sort of in a side conversation. He said, as you know, there was an election and our priorities have changed. Elections matter. You see, had Kamala Harris won the 2024 presidential election, the Department of Justice would still view me as a Russian agent. I wouldn't have gotten anything back. They would be working to fabricate a case, and we know that this is the case. We know what the FBI did under Joe Biden. We know what they did under Barack Obama. The truth is coming out about how they fabricated a case of collusion against, then candidate Donald Trump, now President Donald Trump. But now there was an election. Apparently, there's a new team in charge at the Department of Justice and at the FBI. And the instructions that were given by the former leadership apparently no longer apply. This doesn't mean that the FBI is not going to do their job. The two agents that came to my house are professionals. And when they seize the material, they can't just make it go away. They have to review it. They have to make sure that whatever it is they were looking for isn't there anymore. But elections matter. You see, now their instructions are, if there's nothing there, return it. Get it over with. Let's close this chapter. That's not done yet. They have a job to do. They claim there was classified material on some of the documents I had and on some of the hard drives I had. I explained to them how that could not be the case. We have a difference of opinion here, but they have to complete their review. But as things stand, elections matter. There's a new leadership in Washington, D.C., and they've basically said that the old instructions of harassing American citizens for their free speech are no longer viable, are no longer valid. That the FBI now has to pursue legitimate criminal activity. And nothing that took place in my home was criminal activity. They have a job to do, and they're doing their job. And today was proof positive. I was visited by two FBI agents. They began the process of returning the items that they had seized from me about a year ago. Elections matter. They matter for everybody in different ways. For me, it's about restoring, I guess, my public reputation. You see, when the FBI came to my home last year, wild speculation about why they came, what was going on. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Wasn't no smoke, guys. We know that this was a fabricated case put down by a politicized Department of Justice, and the FBI was executing the orders they had been given. Elections matter. New bosses, new instructions, new outcomes. I can't say that I'm unhappy. This is a pleasant turn of events. There's still work to be done, but for the first time in a long time, I'm going to carry out a public conversation where I don't condemn the FBI. These are two professionals that showed up doing their job, and they did the right thing. They began the process of returning my property to me, and I look forward to them continuing this process down the road. Anyways, that's my rant for today. Next time a thought crosses my mind, I'll be sure to let you know.